sometimes. I know I do. I don't eat a lot of meat, and so I do need to pay attention to where I'm getting my protein sources from. You may recall last week we said we need 100 grams of protein per day. I think I'm consuming somewhere around 60, so it's something that we should probably pay attention to. Might want to supplement your diet. Creatine is critical for muscle firing, so that when you're working out and exercising, you have the energy that you need to actually run, jump, and do the things that you like to do, lift weights and build muscle. So it is an important one that you need to have on board. And so if you don't get enough of that in your diet, then you probably should supplement. And along those lines, when we start talking about protein synthesis, we're going to talk about the 9 essential vitamins that you really must have in your diet, but that your body does not manufacture. So you want to make sure that you supplement your diet with those. Those are critical. As I said earlier in our previous talks, amino acids are the building blocks of life. Basically, they build the proteins in our body. Proteins make everything. So it's just one of those things. One stacks on top of the other. So if one part of the machine isn't working properly, it affects everything downstream. So that's why we want to make sure that we're especially paying attention to those 9 essential amino acids that we do not get, that our body does not manufacture on its own. We have to actually eat that. So anyway, I think we're all set for going live with the Chris and Bec Show.
Hey,
good morning,
Bec.
Chris. How you doing, buddy?
Man, I tell you, it's been a challenge again this morning.
Yeah,
But
a little bit.
we finally on its way.
Sure.
Hey, well, I thank
Awesome
you. I
green
appreciate
shirt. I
I
love
appreciate
it.
the green, and I was
Yeah.
feeling the green today.
Yeah,
You
totally.
know, so absolutely.
But,
So,
yeah, we think we've got it
where
worked
was
out,
we
though.
at?
Yeah,
What
so
were we talking about here?
last week, well, first let's talk about what you did over the weekend.
Oh, my weekend?
Yeah.
Oh, you know, wait a minute, fans.
What?
First, I got to taste the chocolate. The hot chocolate.
This is
What are we
new.
doing today?
This one is milk chocolate with Irish sweet cream and raspberry creamery.
That is good.
Is it good?
Yeah, that's really good. That's thumbs up right there.
So I think next week I'm going to surprise you with one. Well,
Okay.
first I should ask you, do you like white chocolate?
Yeah, I like white chocolate.
This one is
Yeah.
so good, you're going to love it. So I
right,
want you to
bet.
try it. But we'll do that one next week.
All right, so everybody, it's a Tuesday morning.
Whoop, whoop.
It's a Tuesday morning. We made it through the weekend.
Yep.
Hey, so my weekend was very special. All the family went on a we did what did I do? Water park, and you know it was good, but brother man, that water was cold. And so I just let the kids, you know, we're celebrating our daughter's birthday. So we let the kids jump in the water. 'Cause I wasn't going to jump in the water. That water's still cold to me.
It
You
is
know.
cold. Well, it's still early.
Yeah,
It
it's
just
still.
opened,
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
yeah.
So what did you end up doing this weekend?
We went rock hounding.
Who?
Rock hounding.
What's rock hounding?
Go looking for rocks. We like rock hounding. We're just determined to find that
I
big
tell
chunk
you,
of something
it
that's gonna
takes
make us
a
look good enough.
special, a special person to go rock hound. You
gotta
hounding?
You dig. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Kind of like playing archaeologist a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Because you find a nice little cliffside and you can dig it out and you can find different layers in the soil and
Okay.
stuff. And I was
Well-
telling him that and you guys too, like we actually were looking for this old house that had, way back in the day, like in the early 1800s, that you can't even see it there anymore, but the foundation is there. So if you dig around, we don't want to disturb too much, but like in the fireplace area, you
Yeah.
can find old flatware and glassware. It's
Nice,
usually.
nice.
Anyway, we like to just go dig around, play archaeologist.
Can't beat that.
It's fun.
Hey, can't be. I'm glad you had a wonderful weekend with your husband.
And it was his birthday.
That was his birthday. That was my daughter's birthday. Well, my daughter. Okay, so we were celebrating the same weekend,
Okay.
birthdays. Okay,
Yeah,
awesome. So
yeah.
big shout out to
Birthdays. Woo-hoo.
birthday this
Yeah.
weekend.
He got himself a strawberry cake and
He got a strawberry cake. Oh, can't beat that. I think we got a vanilla cake, so
Cake
cannot
is
beat
good.
that.
You
So
can't beat cake.
yeah.
Period.
So I'm glad. I hope you guys had a great weekend. You didn't have to work yesterday. Some of you didn't have to work yesterday. So that's good to chill out with the family. This is Memorial Day, so much props to all the military. Thanks for protecting the country that served and all that. So big thanks to that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely.
I think every one of my family, somebody in my family, on way back has served in the
It's
military.
military. Yeah, that's
We go way back.
Yeah, that's an awesome thing to
Yeah.
do. I mean, the sacrifice and the servitude that you do for the country, and I just pray that that the country respects the people that went through the military, plus the disabled ones. That the country to take care.
Yeah.
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 So that'd be.
Lend a hand if you see a vet that needs
Yeah,
help.
yeah,
Help them out.
absolutely, yeah.
See what you can do to help them out if you're able to. That'd be
Absolutely.
great. Yeah.
So, guys, once again, welcome to the Chris and Bec TV Show every Tuesday morning at 10 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, where we talk about water, where we talk about the different breakdown of water, the molecules, the different sources of water, from spring water, purified water, distilled water, and then and we also talk about healthy lifestyle, so, and a lot of our components, we go on the umbrella of healthy lifestyle, your sleeping habits, what you're eating, stuff like that. So that's the premises of Chris and Bec TV Show. It's just to bring highlight to different things, going to the store, grocery store.
Have fun while we're doing it.
And have fun.
Share funny
Right.
stories.
And taking forever and setting up the cameras and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that.
You can hear us go, what are we doing? I don't know. What are we doing? I don't know.
Right. So guess what, guys? Now we're officially live on YouTube channel. We reached the subscribers that we need. So a lot of our platform now is going to be on YouTube.
Yep.
So definitely look for us there. It'll be under Impact Water LLC YouTube. So click on YouTube, subscribe to us. A lot of our platform be showcasing from there.
Yep.
So
And if you want to sponsor with us, let us know.
absolutely, because right now the Chris and Bec TV Show is sponsored by Impact Water LLC. So if you want any shout blast for your businesses and stuff like that, definitely reach out to us. We love to do that for you guys.
We're so happy to be able to do this. It's so fun.
Oh yeah,
And
absolutely.
it's such a great topic too,
Yeah,
because it's
absolutely.
one that, we drink water every day.
Absolutely.
And I think most of us pay attention to what we're eating and drinking
Yeah.
and stuff. So the more information you have, the better armed we are to face the day. Right?
Absolutely.
So
All right. Absolutely. So
you asked me something, I'm gonna show you
okay, what are you gonna show me?
this.
What is that?
So this water, actually, so we're talking about well water.
Uh-huh.
You see how clear that is?
That is
Now
clear.
there is some stuff at the bottom. Okay.
Are you serious?
But that water,
That is buildup.
that just came out of my,
And I can see this visually, that there's something in that water.
yeah. The flocculants in that water is gonna be some of the metals and whatnot. Now this
Now,
water
wait a minute,
is
what did you
now
just say? Flocculants?
flocculants.
Okay,
So the flocculants is like this floaty stuff in there.
That's cute. Flocculants.
Flocculants.
That's the word for today.
Flocculants.
Flocculants.
But when we put our well in, we were scared because we didn't even know if our property had water on it. But anyway, it did, and a lot of it. But this is right out of our well, and really the only thing that needed to be filtered out were some of the like the calcium and some of the
Calcium.
minerals. It was really, it's mountain water.
Mountain water,
So
okay.
of course it's got a lot of calcium and magnesium.
Okay.
It's good for you, but you got to get some of that out.
Yeah,
But anyway,
wow.
but this is the water that came straight out of the well, not filtered. But check that out. I mean, considering that it wasn't filtered, it's not bad.
I don't know, Beck. I mean, usually, I used to be on the other side where we go to different homes and check their calcium level,
Yeah.
check their, what else type of,
Well,
with
there's-
that iodine, we
Yeah.
check those levels. So, But if I could visually see contaminants, you call it flock. I just call it contaminant. If I could see stuff in the water, make sure you got well water. Make sure you're using some filter switch.
You need to filter it.
Yeah, because I remember one time I had to go to his homes and I was testing water at this well, and he was getting his house set up and ready to move in.
Yeah.
The well water that I tested was literally green as my shirt.
Oh.
And so I was like, bro, you need like 3 tanks of filtration system going on here.
Serious filtration.
So.
Wow-wee.
And another thing, I know we got to jump right into our mess because we're way behind on time. So I know that I was talking to this one guy, and I don't know if I'm allowed to say a certain state or not, but he was saying that he used to live in California, used to live in Idaho, he used to live in Denver, and then he moved to another state. I don't know if I'm allowed to say in the state, but anyway, he moved to another state. He started washing, shampooing his hair, doing the regular things like you do, and then he noticed his hair was coming out.
Oh no.
Yeah. So I mean,
what's the arsenic level?
That could be the problem. So please be mindful of your city water and make sure you check to see that everything's in spec, because if you don't do your research, you don't know what's causing harm to your body.
That's right.
So literally his hair was coming out.
So he moved to just doing bottled water? Or
he had to get a system, a tank put onto the house because he noticed his hair was coming out.
Wow.
So he ended up moving back to Idaho, and so I don't know if I'm allowed to say what state that was.
I know, that's the state that we lived in, and I don't want to say either because I don't want to rate, any feathers ruffled, but the water was horrible.
Yeah.
And I happened to work in the health field, and there was such a large population of people there for such a small town that had cancer. Now this was an agriculture area, so I think if I was to stand on a soapbox, that would be it. It would be the water treatment that's happening in no disservice to our farmers. I love you guys.
Yeah.
This is really more having to do with how the water's getting treated after.
Yeah.
Because I do think that some of those fertilizers might still eat through.
Oh.
I don't know, but I just know that is a huge farming community, and the amount of cancer it was insane.
So you're saying in a certain radius of a town, there was a high spike of.
Yeah, if someone came to see me where I work for their health products, most of the time it was having to do with gut cancer or just cancer in general.
Wow.
And so I took a little deeper dive into that and found that the percentage of people that had cancer or the opportunity for cancer in that area was really high.
Really high.
Yeah.
So,
Be careful.
Just be careful out there. I mean, that'd be another. But so.
In fact, I think we talked about doing a show on water treatment facilities.
Yes.
Just so we have a better understanding of how that works.
We're gonna jump into that. We do some research on that and see where we're at. So.
But generally speaking, we're not trying to put fear in your life. We're just trying to ask you to just be mindful and check your system, make sure that it's okay. But generally speaking, most towns are fine, but some are not.
Right.
So just take a peek.
Definitely take a peek.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, just take a gander. What's going on down on my? Take mosey down. Mosey down. Mosey down to your water treatment plant and find out. Make sure all the things are in spec.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
don't be throwing stuff down the toilet. Doesn't belong.
Yeah. Well, that's another subject.
thing.
That's another story. All right. We're behind on time, so let's jump right into where we at.
To back up real quick and talk about ADP and ATP and remind you guys of why that's so important. This is what's going to allow your muscles to fire on demand. So it's important for you to have, and this is where your creatine comes into play.
So last week topic was on creatine. So now we're just doing a recap to what's going on.
Just real quick,
Okay.
Oops, went too far.
You went too far?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so this, when you take a supplement, this is what the benefit that you're getting is you're going to get your your capillaries are going to benefit, all your circulation, inflammatory response, your vessels, antioxidants. Now those are super important when you have free radicals. We need something that's going to take up those free radicals.
Okay.
And I can't quite read that. Strength of your cell wall strength.
Okay.
Right. And moving forward. And your brain really benefits from creatine. So it promotes cognitive functions, offsets mental side effects, enhances memory in older adults, and benefits those experiencing decline in from brain injuries.
Nice.
So it helps with that.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what types of creatine are we talking about?
So now we're moving forward, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you may remember early on we talked about monohydrate creatine or creatine monohydrate.
Right.
And that one is the one that most people gravitate towards because most people, when they reach for that, they're like Chris, who are doing bodybuilding or they're exercising, they're athletes.
Right.
And so the creatine monohydrate is the most common one.
Which is also good, so it's the building blocks for your muscles. So like if you're into the fitness arena, running, bodybuilding, creatine is definitely a good source of fuel for your cells, in a sense to generate muscles. I think it's just a good thing to do. I don't know the recommendation, how many scoops you need to take per day or every day, So for me, I do about per day, 1 scoop per day in my protein. I mix it in my regular protein. I do about 4 to 5 days a week, and then let my body cycle out,
That's pretty good, yeah.
a few couple days.
I think I read that, in fact, in some of my reading when I was preparing this, that's what a lot of athletes do.
Okay.
They don't use it every single day.
Yeah.
And so, have you noticed a difference, though, when you started using?
Yeah, so with me using creatine, it definitely increased my strength level.
Yeah.
I noticed that. I know when I go to the gym, number one, I love going to the gym. I think it's a great fuel of stress reliever, great source of I like keeping fit, so when I did add creatine to my workout, the strength level did increase. Now, I'm not in my 20s, and I still able to lift like I used to lift in my 20s, even better now. It's crazy. I don't know, just say a certain age, is better, but
come into your own.
Yeah, but I've experienced a whole lot better lifted in with creatine.
315 pounds, y'all.
Right, and yeah, you remember. So that's bench pressing. So my goal is to jump up to the 335 level. But every day I'm always in the gym doing something. So yeah,
awesome.
Absolutely.
And so I have not added it to my diet yet, but after doing all of this research and stuff, I'm going to.
You're going to, okay.
I do take other vitamins to supplement, so I
Right,
why not add this one?
Yeah.
I mean, I do like to work out as well, and I
Okay.
would like to get some more bulk, so I figure that might be the way to go.
Yeah.
So anyway, so one of the ones that we're going to talk about is creatine ethyl ester. And what this one is...
Oh, Esther.
Good old Esther. I like Esther. She's a friendly sort.
Right.
So what's cool about this one is it's more soluble. And so some people that have difficulties digesting what Chris takes, the monohydrate, you may want to consider taking this one.
Okay.
It seems to be less gas causing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
So if you have issues with that, you may want to consider that one. And then we have creatine hydrochloride. And so basically all of these so you have your main creatine molecule, right? All they're doing is adding a little functional group off to the side, which kind of guides it a different direction as far as how it's going to be metabolized. Okay? And so that's all this is doing. It's added a hydrogen and a chlorine to your creatine molecule. So anyway, so that's going to be...
Whoa, what was that?
To enhance the solubility. I was like, what's it doing? It's enhancing solubility.
Okay.
Okay, and so reduces gastrointestinal discomfort. And so, for those folks that maybe have IBS, or I don't really know, but what that would do, but as far as helping you, but it does say that it would be beneficial for you.
Okay. All right.
And then we have creatine magnesium chelate. So basically,
Okay.
this is kind of a similar thing. It's just
Uh-huh.
creatine with a different functional group of magnesium on it. And this is going to...
So let me recap real quick.
Yeah.
So the base, so we're talking about creatine, we're talking in the molecule
Yeah,
state.
yeah.
So it's just like your Legos, right? So you
It's
know,
exactly like
right?
Legos,
Because
yeah.
if you build something out in your Lego, and so you have a house, right? So now what she's saying is, and we went back to what was the other one before that? And what she's saying is when you start adding another piece of Lego to your house Lego, now it's you're changing the direction of your house. So you was at 1 bedroom house and you start adding more Legos to it. Now you're at 2 bedroom, right?
Correct.
So it's just changing
That's
the
exactly
structural,
right.
outside structure of the house, but on a cellular level, right?
Bingo.
Hey, that was
Holy
good.
moly. Yes, because all of this is happening inside the cell.
Inside a cell.
Okay.
And that's how the scientists are able to modify or add to it, right?
Yeah,
You
well,
know,
they want to see how it absorbs in the gut, in various parts of your body, but
Right.
a lot of that absorption happens in the gut. As soon as
Okay.
it goes in your mouth and starts going down, it starts
right.
going, ah.
And once again, your gut, your intestines is a very vital organ in your body, right?
Yeah.
So it does a lot. So
And it needs water to do what it needs to do.
it needs water.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All of some of that water absorption starts happening straight away, but in your small gut, it's pulling out all the nutrients, it's pulling out all the water.
right.
Then it gets into the large intestine, it's getting out the last little bit of water
Yeah.
it can extract out of
Yeah.
there before it leaves the body.
So very important again, in what you're consuming, what you're eating is very important. All right,
Yes.
going
Yeah.
ahead to the
Okay.
next.
So
Magnesium.
we'll go back up to the magnesium one.
Okay.
So this is just another one that's going to, so this is like for folks that are doing like intense exercise.
Okay.
Okay, like maybe I would put this on par with, I don't know. Like
Right.
you do some pretty intense exercise.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering if it might be something more like, you know those guys when they're competing and they're tossing those logs?
Oh, that's world strongest man, something like that.
Yeah, I mean, this might be...
Yeah. Yeah, I mean they are tossing some heavy logs over
Seriously.
several feet high.
Yeah, like telephone poles.
Yeah.
I guess,
So,
and
yeah,
stuff. So
yeah.
this might be more appropriate for that, but it does say here that it's for during intense exercise. So that would be that one.
Okay.
Now, this is the one that we started off talking about, and this is the preferred one because it kind of addresses a lot of your, you know, as far as being an
General.
athlete and working out.
Yeah.
Just generally speaking, it's a broad
Right.
cast.
And what's the name of this one again?
This one is the creatine monohydrate.
So this particular creatine, you could find it at your local GNC, any
Get online.
online, but definitely do your own research and see how it affects your body. And
This
then-
one is the most, and I think the reason this one also is the one people are drawn to is because it's the most cost effective from what I read.
Oh, it's that cost effective.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
So
If it's cost effective, reasonable price, and still aid your body in
yeah,
building
Yeah.
muscles and stuff like that. So I
Correct.
think, yeah.
I
And
did
also-
not see a vast difference in pricing though
Yeah.
when I was looking at these, but there is a slight.
It's like it, and also it helps on your brain activity.
Yeah.
Right. So if it could have some cobwebs up in there, it could fire it up. You know.
Yeah,
So
some mornings
yeah,
I had to shake it out a few times.
right. So I think this is a great source of to take in your daily, you know.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Absolutely.
definitely think
But just
so.
drink a lot of water because it does retain some water. I
Yeah.
think is no the other question in your inner cell or outer cell.
Well,
So that'd be the question. I saw it somewhere, but yeah. So sometimes bodybuilders don't want to show too much water because there might be stage, so they have to like deplete a lot of that out, so the muscles and veins will pop out more.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, so you got bodybuilding, powerlifting, you got fitness, there is so many different walks.
Different
yeah, so you just have to gauge what works best for you as well. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, and that kind of goes with a lot of different things, but I don't know that taking a multivitamin, though, addresses creatine. I don't know. Like if you were to take a multivitamin, I haven't looked to see if creatine is in there.
Well, it has different components because multivitamin has your magnesium, has all the other
vitamins and all
B.
that.
Yeah, so it's just different components of that.
So taking it in addition to.
Right. Absolutely. But yeah, I think definitely creatine for your daily intake is a good thing. So because you got a lot of people that runs, 5K, do a lot of marathon. So in your practice session, because you gotta prepare yourself for the actual event.
Right.
So in that, I think that's a great time to take that.
Well, the benefit is that, like we were saying before, is every time you sweat, you're losing your electrolytes, you're losing the water.
Yeah.
And if you're an athlete and you are sweating, you need to replenish ASAP, especially because your muscles aren't going to fire proper. You're going to get fatigued in a story.
Absolutely. So you definitely, electrolytes is definitely essential, especially now warmer weather is coming. So you definitely have to have some good stuff for that. So
for sure.
Absolutely.
And then the creatine will help you to, like you were saying, help you hang on to that moisture longer.
Yeah, it does. What I've experienced, it does retain the water, but then it'll once you that's why I said instead of like you have 6 days, 7 days a week, 4 to 5 days, and after that you see your body getting rid of the excess of water. So that's that component.
So you get rid of the extra water. So the weekend
you notice that you're
spending a lot of time in the potty.
You notice that you're cycling out a lot of water, because it does retain water, but it does boost your strength, endurance, mental focus, and it does do all that as well. Right. So that's some benefits.
I'm so glad we talked about this because this is something that I learned about it in college, but it was just a blip, in comparison, and so I really didn't know any of the details.
So when you say you learned it in college, that's with your science background?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, in general biology, you talk about a lot of stuff.
Okay.
In 4 years, you cover a lot of territory, and that was one thing that we did talk about. And in lab tests, we do tests to see if there's an excess of creatine because it can indicate that there's a problem.
Gotcha.
So
gotcha.
we measure creatinine levels. It's waste. It's body waste.
Body waste. All right.
Okay. So now this is one of my favorite topics.
Okay.
And it's amino acids. We talked about amino acids before. Amino acids, they're used by every living thing. Okay, they're the building blocks of life. But there's 9 of them that we need to pay particular attention to because our bodies don't manufacture those.
9. Okay.
Those
Give me the first one.
All right.
All right.
Here we go. So
whoa.
That's just a big old chart. And this just kind of shows you what these little molecules look like.
Okay. So it goes back to the Lego aspect that we talked about.
Correct.
So it's just splicing.
You can take these molecules and put them together in different things and you'll make a different thing.
Right.
It's just like Legos.
Oh, it's just, like sometimes I go to the fountain pop and then you got you go to like a fast food chain. They have the different selection on your pops.
Right.
So, we had like kids, let's mix cherry with this one. And we just
I had a vanilla milkshake with Mountain Dew in it. Blended.
Oh, really?
Oh,
that was good.
Oh, it was so good.
I think I'm just old school. We do root beer with the But anyway, what would
yeah,
you say?
you're right. So this is just exactly that. It's
Yeah.
like Legos.
Yeah.
And so we need those in order to build our proteins, and proteins build everything. So.
Okay.
Oh, and I think this just kind of reiterates what we just said. The chains actually dictate what you're building.
What you building?
So just like Lego blocks, they can combine to make a multitude of variations.
All right. Awesome.
Okay, but your body cannot make these guys, these essential ones.
Okay.
And so we've got histidine, isoleucine,
Oh boy.
leucine, lysine,
You sound like you're speaking in tongues.
methionine,
Shiva-dee.
phenylalanine, threonine, tryptophan, and valine.
So
Okay.
okay.
Now you
So
heard everybody's
are
heard
we?
of tryptophan, right?
It does. You make it trippy.
Yeah. It is. So tryptophan, like there's this. I don't know if it's a wives' tale. I kind of think it is, but they
Right.
say turkey has a ton of tryptophan in it. Okay.
Oh, okay.
But they say so that's why.
Oh, is that what
turkey you get all
you
tired and
Oh, okay.
But then I heard other people say no, you'd have to eat like 5 turkeys to get that much tryptophan. But
Oh, okay. I don't know.
Tryptophan is a natural.
All I know is when they eat turkey, I'm out. Done. And so I don't know. I need 1 turkey, 2 turkey, or 1 drumstick. I'm out.
You don't
That
eat
turkey. I do.
Oh, you mean you
That
like it a
means
lot.
it's a slang. I'm out.
I got you. Oh, gotcha. I'm like, okay, gotcha. I'm like, what do you mean?
I'm my co-host. But anyway.
I like that about the dressing.
Oh,
I like
okay.
But anyway.
So are we going to break down one of each, or
No,
what?
we're just going to kind of give a brief overview.
Okay.
And so
All right.
the 9 essential ones are the ones that you're going to want to pay attention to, and they talk about them all the time. So when you're buying your vitamins, make sure you're addressing those in particular.
Okay.
And so this is just showing you the difference. So like when we have DNA, it comes apart so that you have this one strand right here, this.
Okay.
Okay? And so what happens is, this guy goes out into the cytoplasm and it gets translated so that where this used to be two-sided, a protein will come in and attach here, and here, and here, and here, and here, and here. Okay?
Okay.
And it'll make a whole new protein. But it'll make exactly that one. Okay?
Okay.
So this is part of this is when we talk about the building blocks of life, we're talking about DNA.
We're talking about DNA.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And RNA. So this is DNA, this is RNA.
Okay.
And so the reason that's important is because everything barring one cell type in our body has
Yeah.
DNA.
Oh,
So,
interesting.
well, the DNA is what tells the cell what to do. It's like our brain tells our entire body what to do.
Yeah.
The nucleus tells the cell what to do.
And when you say nucleus, that's the DNA.
That's where the DNA is housed.
That's the DNA.
It's the brain of the cell.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so here's our little
Did
protein
you guys get
chains.
that one?
So you see all these little colored balls and stuff here?
Yeah.
Okay, that's just a chain of proteins that are connected together. And then inside the stomach and small intestine, we digest those proteins into amino acids. Okay, so when we eat, or cheese or anything that's got protein in it,
Yeah.
we eat it, it immediately starts getting snipped and
You
taken
got-
apart,
You
disassembled.
got little scissors. See that
Yeah.
little scissors?
Yeah.
It
Just take
snips it.
apart.
It snips
Strips
it.
apart.
Right.
Breaks all those bonds
And that's
down.
in your.
In your
Is that is the small intestine?
Stomach and gut.
It's the small intestine
Small
first.
intestine particularly.
So the small intestine what breaks down all the nutrients that it needs for your body.
It starts in the stomach.
Okay, starts in
Okay.
the stomach.
Then once it kind of gets broken down to its goo, basically,
Right.
then it goes into the gut,
Right.
and that's when all more nutrients, I should say,
Okay.
are pulled out.
So sometimes people just buy their kids just fast food all day long. They're not really getting the nutrition that they need in the building blocks
No.
for your core of your
Not
body,
really.
right? Is that
Not
what you're
really.
saying? Because what you're telling me, protein goes into my body. My body is designed to identify that protein. It chops it up, breaks it down, and sends it where it needs to send it, right? Okay?
Yep.
So that's what fuels your body, right?
Mm-hmm.
That gives you the structural strength, keep your skeletal level strong, right?
Your
the
muscles, your bones.
binding, all, yeah,
Yes.
all that. So once again, it's important to what you're taking into your body that will affect your body,
Correct.
right?
Right?
Okay.
And kind of like we talked about with the fats, you just everything in moderation. I mean,
Moderation.
I love a cheeseburger.
Yeah.
I mean, I could never be full board vegetarian because I love a cheeseburger.
Right. I love
But
a
you know,
cheeseburger
in
too.
moderation, right?
Right.
You have to be just
Moderation.
be mindful about you are what you eat.
Right.
Bottom
So,
line.
but all that, like you talk about hamburger, so all that grease, right,
Yeah.
is not, your small intestine is not breaking that grease down. It goes into your second intestine.
Oh, it'll break it down.
It'll break
Yeah.
that grease down.
Mm-hmm.
But what it does is it attaches itself to, because I know, like, when
You
we
have
talk
free
about
floating
the
fats.
free floating fat, and that's what clogs up the tubes,
Your veins.
veins. So just imagine, you know, when you go to get a smoothie or something, and you're sucking through the straw, and there's a strawberry in there, you can't, it won't pull up no more, because
That's a
all,
very good
just
analogy.
imagine all those cell fats are clogging up those veins.
Yeah.
So it's not moving, like your blood's not moving, flow enough,
Correct.
right? Because your blood, it cycles through your heart every. I forgot the breakdown.
Yeah.
But your heart is your core, right? Because
Yeah.
it got to pump the blood, and if one is clogged up, it's forcing that heart to like strain to push through it.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yeah, because the red blood cells are to provide oxygen
Oxygen,
throughout the body.
right.
So that's the heart's job, is to make sure that those cells get where they need to get.
Exactly.
There's other components in blood, obviously, but red blood cells particularly are for oxygen delivery.
Oxygen, yeah. And the white blood is more for the healing.
Correct.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, need me to go off topic, but I wanted you guys to really pay attention to the things that you eat, everything in moderation, and you know, and
Yeah.
how God designed our body so uniquely. And I'm always going to bring up God because He designed us, right?
We're made to work perfectly.
Yeah, we're
Everything in concert with each other.
exactly. We're in harmony. And then, so if you add stuff that is not supposed to be there, right? He didn't put alcohol over there and drugs over there and
Black
this
pepper. We
and
talked
this.
about black
We
pepper.
talked about, so
Uh,
you know, he has all the stuff designed for us, and then when we alter it,
yeah.
we're altering the symmetry of the whole
Well,
body
you
or
know,
how
we
it
weren't-
flows.
When we started foraging, we were not even cooking food. We were eating raw food. And now we
True.
started cooking food.
True.
And now we process food.
True.
So did you know that if you were to get somebody back in Jesus' days, as an example, and
Okay.
feed them a Dorito,
Mhm.
it would kill them. Like
Mm.
kill them.
Okay.
Because they simply cannot process the stuff that's
You're-
on that Dorito.
You're saying now.
Yeah.
Oh no, back. If we
if I was to
take
take
the
a modern Dorito
and give them back
travel
then.
back in time
Yeah.
and give biblical times folks a Dorito, they would die.
So as you're right. So back in the days, I saw this guy on Instagram. He's about the old ways of killing and eating right then and there.
Right then and there.
Yeah, and that's the best way. It's just now we're advancing to the century where microwave, you know, all this convenience and added food coloring,
Yeah.
all that stuff is change our structure or change our.
It's
Not-
changed the landscape of the grocery store. I mean,
And, but what it
yeah.
has changed our body too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I know back in our grandma and their time, a lot of that food was coming from the ground, which is a lot healthier. Now it's
Yeah.
produced in manufacturing, it's produced in labs, which is not the same.
I have something to tell you about that.
Go ahead. I can't wait. Go ahead. Do tell us.
All right. So you remember when we were talking about manufactured meat?
Yes.
Okay, and I told you guys and you that I'm not keen on meat, except for cheeseburger.
Yeah.
But anyway, so this manufactured meat thing just creeped me out so bad, and I made a comment, and I said, oh, that's just gross.
Uh-huh.
Okay, well, I still think it's kind of gross. But here's the thing. My husband and I talked about it at length, and he actually has done the deep dive, if you will. There's no difference. If you were to sit and eat a piece of that manufactured meat,
Uh-huh.
next and then try not manufactured meat,
Uh-huh.
you would not be able to tell a difference.
Right. On taste, on visual.
I think visually too.
Visually and taste, You can't tell
Well,
the
I
difference.
mean, they're not going to manufacture so it's like chicken on like a drumstick,
Okay.
but like a chicken breast,
Okay.
it looks like a chicken breast.
So on visual, it looks the same,
Yeah.
but it's not the same. Is that what you're going to tell me?
Molecularly, you would not know the difference. Your body wouldn't know the difference. You wouldn't know the difference.
I don't know.
I know. So
I-
here's what I'm going to say.
Okay.
I'm going to say that at some point in time, we should do a test. We should go see if we can find.
Well, that's true, but
Manufacturer.
this I do know that if you set the two meat out, I believe one's going to change colors versus the other one. That's how you know which one is modified and which one is real.
That's
Do you agree with me on that one?
That's probably true.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because if it's a regular real meat from cow versus a lab designed meat, you know, or we go with chicken.
Yeah.
If you set it outside,
It should behave the same.
it's going to change in 2 or 3 days. The real meat versus the lab meat.
Did they say that?
I'm speculating that. What do you guys think? Wouldn't you? I mean,
Now here's the upside of this though, and this was
Okay.
the other part. So he said, so flavor wise and appearance wise, you wouldn't know.
okay.
Okay.
Flavor wise and
It's already
appearance wise,
prepared.
you okay?
It's already prepared. I
Right.
don't know what it looks like when it's raw.
Okay.
But anyway, already prepared. But he said, here's the beautiful thing, is that now we don't have to slaughter animals. We don't have to,
Oh,
our
my
animals, we don't have
gosh.
to, there's like the methane gases produced by cattle. You know, that is no longer there. So now the cattle can be used not as food source, but as crop maintenance. So they will go in, they'll graze on the grass, they'll produce fertilizer, you plant crop here. You take that same herd, you put them in a different place, they eat and clear the grass, they provide fertilizer and so on and so forth. So now your cow is not a food source, it's actually a crop maintenance tool. And farmers are back in the business.
Oh boy, that's
So
a
this is
whole. That's a whole nother ball game.
This is a big story. It's one we need to
Yeah.
follow up on. I think.
I don't know.
Manufactured meat, I'm on the
Check the package.
Yeah.
I'm old school. Check the package. Just check the package.
Bottom line.
It'll tell you on the package what it is.
I haven't
You know.
seen- have you seen it in the store?
Okay. She goes shopping with it. You know. Yeah. But all right, where we at now?
Okay, so
we're
now
pushing time.
Okay, so this is just quickly showing you, this is the nucleus we talked about where the DNA is being taken apart or disassembled. And out in the cytoplasm of the cell, we've got these little critters called ribosomes.
Okay.
And these are the ones that are going to actually manufacture our free amino acids.
You know what? That's a lot right there.
I love this picture.
So I know, right? But
So cool.
Let's table it on this one.
Okay.
We're gonna pick this one up next week.
Okay.
All right, because
Well, I mean, actually, we're almost to the end.
Well,
the protein or the amino acid part of it. We're talking about proteins.
right.
next.
But what are we talking about next?
We'll just do the overall protein.
Okay, that's next. So, but I think you know how we move. We move slow and easy. You know.
We're coming, because we're having a conversation, right?
Right. So that's what I'm saying. Well, let's table it for this one because we want to stay within an hour, right? Our time frame is from 10 to 11, and we want to stay in that time frame.
Your time is valuable. We don't
Yeah,
wanna
your
keep
time
it-
is valuable.
We so appreciate you guys
But
hanging out with us.
Absolutely. So once again, this is the Chris and Bec Show. We're talking about drinking water. We're talking about healthy lifestyle, all that. So we're just talking about that. We have our own little studio.
Yep.
So you might hear two little dogs firing off out there. We're gonna bring them on set one day.
Scottish Terriers.
They
want to be part of the shenanigans too.
So yeah, we're gonna bring them on one set so you guys can see the little dogs and stuff. So
Yeah.
that'd be good. But once again, Chris and Bec Show is sponsored by Impact Water LLC. Impact Water is a great source of all your electrolytes that we've been talking about. So you can find Impact Water on impactwaterllc.com. Great source for all your electrolytes. Has everything that you need in here. alkaline balance. Comes in aluminum 16-ounce bottle. So definitely look for this brand. It's called Impact Water LLC.
Really great water.
Yeah.
It's got all those natural minerals that come right out of the mountain. Nothing's added.
Right. That's good.
That's why you call it Impact Water LLC. Zero. Yeah. There's nothing added.
Nothing added.
Just beautiful spring water.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
So-
and one more, I still love the little tidbit about the aluminum cans. Instead of plastic, we all know the benefits of not using plastic, but with aluminum, Chris has informed me and us that this entire thing, 100% recyclable.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Unlike plastic, which has to have other things added to it to reprocess and whatnot. Not this.
Right. Absolutely.
Love it. Beautiful
Love it.
thing.
Amen to that, sister.
Right on, brother. Love it.
So, once again, thank you guys for tuning in. This is the Chris and Bec Show every Tuesday, Mountain Standard Time. So we start at 10 o'clock.
Yep.
So you in East Coast would be 2 hours ahead, right?
Yep.
West Coast would be an hour behind. And so definitely look for us again. And guess what, Bec?
What?
Or, we got coffee cups, but the new coffee cups are coming in. It'll have Chris and Bec Show on it.
Isn't that awesome?
That'd be awesome, Bec. Yeah.
So cool. Thanks for getting those, buddy. I appreciate it.
So,
Because you guys I don't know if you noticed the first show, he was drinking out of this cup. This is my favorite cup,
Yeah.
but it's flowery. It's
yeah,
not.
yeah,
It's not a man cup.
I need a man
You
cup.
probably ought to get you.
Right.
And, no, it was the next week. You go, Tim, something beside the flowers,
I know, see how little flower and cup. I can't roll like that. But anyway, so
Chris and Bec
we're going to have the Chris and Bec coffee cups coming in. If you guys also want to have the Chris and Bec coffee shop cup,
Yeah.
we'll make sure we can send it out to you guys
We'll
too
get
as
one
well.
right up for you.
It'll be available on the website.
We'll start
so-
getting some merch as time goes by.
Yeah, some merch and some
Hoodies,
stuff.
t-shirts,
Yeah,
and what
yeah.
have ya.
That'd be cool, Bec. Yeah, that'd be really
We
cool.
got to build our background first, though.
You're absolutely right, Bec.
So we're
Little
counting
by
on
little.
you guys.
Yeah. But I appreciate you guys tuning in
So much.
every Tuesday. Now we're on YouTube platform. Please go over to YouTube, Impact Water LLC, and hit subscribe to our YouTube channel there. Because a lot of our, what we do, we're going to do outside interviews,
Yeah.
and that's going to be on our YouTube platform. So you definitely have to go check that out on YouTube there. God made a way that we will. Man, it's been a challenge to try to get on YouTube.
Seriously.
But we finally made it, and you gotta get that thing. You get little muscles going. But
My little man.
right? Hey, that's good. You got it. This is now when you start taking creatine, you're gonna see a bigger difference. But yeah, thanks again, guys, for coming in. I'm gonna check that. While you keep talking, I'm gonna check and we just sign off.
Okay.
And I'm saying bye to you guys, and we go from there.
Thanks, Chris.
All right, you finish.
So next week, just to remind you, we'll just continue where we left off. We're going to pick up right at the amino acid synthesis inside the cell, and then we're going to go to protein synthesis, the building blocks of life. So hopefully we'll see you there next Tuesday.